Top 25 reasons why Jesus is false. Reason number 5, Yahweh's name doesn't appear anywhere in the New Testament. It is a huge stretch to testify it is Yah's name. The original manuscripts just don't have it. Most of you guys are reading translations of Greek texts. The Greek texts say Theo, Theos, and Isu Christou. And they say it means the Lord, it means God, but it doesn't mean the Most High's name. You don't need to translate name. If they wanted it to say the Most High's name, it would have had the Most High's name in it. But the God of the New Testament is not Yahweh. The Old Testament has Yah's name all over it. Whenever it says, "Thus saith God" in the English text, if you go back to the original manuscript, it says Yahweh. Fact, don't let them deceive you. Names don't need to be translated. Ezekiel 13, verse 6. They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, Yahweh saith, and Yahweh had not sent them. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word. This is what the New Testament did. This is what Christian Israelites do all the time. They say that when the New Testament says God, that it's the Most High Yah, but it's not. The Most High did not say it. You're lying when you say the Most High says something and he didn't. You have to be careful when you quote scriptures and you say the Most High say something. You better make sure that he actually said it. You better make sure that the original manuscripts indeed has his name. Otherwise, you are a false prophet. Verse 7. Have ye not seen a vain vision? And have ye not spoken a lying divination? Whereas ye say, Yahweh saith, howbeit I have not spoken. This is the Most High speaking to you if you believe in the New Testament. Verse 8. Therefore, thus saith the sovereign Yahweh, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore behold, I am against you, saith the sovereign Yahweh. Do you want the Most High to be against you? Then you better make sure the scriptures you quote is his words, and it's from him. Deuteronomy 18 and 20. But the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other God, even that prophet shall die. Well, it's a fact that the Greek text says Theo, Theos, and Isu Christou. These are names of other gods. You don't see these names in the Old Testament. It's not there. In the original manuscripts, there's no Theo, Theos, Isu Christou. It's not there. So you're speaking in the name of another God when you come in the New Testament quoting scriptures. Basically, people are taking Old Testament scriptures, which are inspired by the Most High, and they're using New Testament, so-called New Testament. It's not my New Testament. That's what they call the gathering of the books in that part of the Bible. But you have to understand that the Bible that we have in America is 66 books. But in other countries, they have more books that they call the Bible. They have more than 66 authors in their so-called Bible. So the Bible is a collection of inspired books. You have to have wisdom and decide which ones are inspired by the Most High. Most High didn't put that collection together. The Old Testament has been proved. Nobody disagrees that that's not the Most High's books, except for, of course, atheists who don't believe in Yah, but I'm not really speaking about them. But you have to ask yourself, why is this happening? Deuteronomy 13, 1-5. If there rise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or wonder come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams. For Yahweh your Elohim proveth you, to know whether ye love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, and with all your soul. Ye shall walk after Yahweh your Elohim, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice. And ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. And that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams, shall be put to death, because he hath spoken to turn you away from Yahweh your Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Egypt, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which Yahweh that Elohim commanded thee to walk in. So thou shalt put away evil from the midst of thee. So according to Deuteronomy 13:1-5, the false prophet that speaks in the name of another God, they're supposed to be put to death. We're supposed to put away evil from among us. Now, obviously, in these times, we can't do that. So the best you can do is to not follow somebody who doesn't come in the name of the Most High Yah. You need to put down the New Testament scriptures. They're not inspired by the Most High. Most High did not send any of those prophets, because none of the prophets in the New Testament say, "Thus saith Yahweh." These prophets are false prophets. And if you interject the Most High's name by reading a translation with Yah in it in the New Testament, because there are many translations now, they're called restored versions, like restored King James versions. You'll find that. And those books will have Yahweh's name in it. But in the original text, which they translated it from, it doesn't have it. So what the people did is they added the Most High's name is. And they're making anyone who quotes it a false prophet, because you can't testify anything that the Most High said this or the Most High Yah said that unless you are sure he said it. Are you sure he said anything in the New Testament? Because the authors who originally wrote the New Testament, they never testify that. You assume that. This is reason number 5 why Jesus is false and the New Testament